What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 10K on the Bay, my journey to 10,000 live listings. Today, I'm joined by Prince, my good friend. He's on the Monday Night Mastermind as well. You guys may recognize him. And it's cool because we are in the Bay Area. Tomorrow, we're going to be teaching a class on eBay Partner Network. And if you guys haven't signed up for Thrifty Boss Babes event, it might be closed. But if not, you can reach out to me on Instagram. We can see if we can get you a ticket. But we're also the class before where we talk about eBay Partner Network and hooking it up to your link tree. We're doing that tomorrow as well. But today we're here to talk about Prince's experience with the working capital loan. So Prince, why don't you introduce yourself?
So yeah, my name is Prince at WiredByBiz on Instagram and probably on YouTube as well, sooner or later. So I am an electronics seller on eBay. If you don't know me, you can check out my Instagram handle. I do a lot of stuff, primarily electronics, but I do try to sell other things. I've tried clothing and all that. I've hit 7 figures now selling just electronics to total, and yeah.
No, and it's great. It's great to have guests on here that sell a diverse amount of products. And one thing that does help Prince scale his business is just having replenishable items. It makes a big difference because you can grow your business and scale. Gotta shout out Mary. We're actually at a church right now, so excuse the actual kids, but shout out Mary in the chat. Feel good finds. She's going to be coming to the event tomorrow in NorCal by Thrifty Boss Babe, so check us all out. So the first question is, why don't you give us a little introduction? Why specifically 80,000? Was that the max you were approved for, or why that amount?
Okay, so this was the deal. I've been trying to get PayPal working capital for so long. I did smaller ones before. And then I came across this opportunity where I can do a consignment deal from one company to another, bring a lot of product in bulk to another company, but I needed a lot of capital for that. And at that point when I got that capital, all of my capital was invested in eBay. Like 99% of it was. I don't have an emergency fund, I don't have anything. All of it was in my inventory for eBay. So I decided to see if PayPal working capital, if the investment for that, the loan amount, the fee, the profit would be over that. And it was. That's why I took it. And it worked out.
And this is a good question because a lot of people will say you shouldn't take the money. So do you have like an option to get a small business loan or rich uncle, or what other ways could you have gotten that money to bridge that loan?
Right. So I could have, right? Could have gotten a loan from my parents. Could have gotten 10 credit cards. Apparently, a lot of people want to suggest. I only have one or two credit cards. I don't really I'm not into that whole getting into debt thing. But the thing is, I wanted to see how it works. I've already tried it in a small scale before, so I kind of had a proven method. And so I was comfortable with taking that loan and taking that, for me, which was a 7K investment, a fee, to make a 16K profit. So, on paper, that sounds like, why wouldn't you do it? So if you know how, you should do it.
Right. Yeah. And so, guys, that's a huge thing because, seven grand to make 16 grand, and when you're doing that type of investment, it's good to look at having a place to park the money or to use it for. And right now, he's also eligible. Both of us are eligible for working capital loans, but I don't have any specific inventory I need to bridge right now.
Right. And I paid back my first loan, that 80K loan, within a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. I can get it again, but there's no reason for me to, unless I find more ways I can do a consignment deal from one company to another. Otherwise, right now, there's no reason. So if anyone's at a capital block where they need more capital to make more profit, then definitely look into PayPal working capital. Because the fee is not that bad. It's very straightforward. It's very user-friendly. The way you pay back is 10 to 30% of your sales. Mm-hmm. So it's just very easy to do.
Also, I wanted to let you guys know Prince's experience. He didn't initially get approved for this large loan. There was a couple things he had to do. So maybe you can talk about that.
Right. So, like I said, I got approved a couple times before, a couple while ago, like a year or two ago. But since then, I haven't used it, and I went for another one, and I got declined like 10 different times. I had no idea why. I called PayPal support, no help at all, like none. They had no clue why. So, kept trying. I'm like, maybe it's because I have just open disputes. Okay, I got them removed, still nothing. I'm like, what's going on? My sales are pretty high, my volume is pretty high. Cash flow is going in and out, no problems, not that many returns or refunds or anything like that. That would kind of, have a red flag. And then I kind of realized I had a hold on my account, which was they hold so the funds that you get from like a sale on eBay, When I sold an item that was over $200, they would hold it for about a week or a couple of days after until it was delivered. And until that was released, it would be a limitation on your account. So that's what was causing that kind of red flag in the PayPal working capital system. Because PayPal working capital system works with the algorithm. It's not like a person approving you for it. It's strictly through an algorithm that PayPal created. So if anything triggers that algorithm, then you won't get it. You'll get declined.
Yeah, and it can be, and they're going to give you a blanket reason like, please apply later, and you can apply as much as you want. It doesn't affect your credit score. It's not like a hard inquiry like normal loans when you go to the bank.
Right.
You know, and I have a background a little bit in loans for sales, and if you take, let's say you shop around, you do 5 inquiries with 5 different banks to get the best rate. That only counts as one hard inquiry for the most part on your credit, because you're allowed as a consumer to shop around when you're looking for a deal. Nice thing with PayPal, you could apply once a day for a month and keep adjusting, making sure your sales volume is high enough, making sure you don't have your return rate is low, you don't have any open disputes or chargebacks, or you're doing your the proper stuff, and never having a negative balance, I think, is huge.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Like, there's at some point, at some volume, there's not much you can do. I try to do everything I can do to kind of serve the customer, because even morally, even if I'm losing out on shipping or whatever, I try to give the customer the benefit of the doubt all the time, every single time. I probably lost so much money just approving people's claims. And but the reality is that you need to do as much as you can on your end. And the way the system works is that you just have to wait until everything is removed and you can apply for it. There's no way around it. I tried so many times.
I also want to suggest, guys, if you are not profitable, do not take a working capital loan to fix issues in your business, in my opinion, because I think it makes your problem worse. If you are running at a negative deficit, and then you take a working capital loan and do the exact same thing, you can make the problem much worse. So even though your cash flow might be there, you may not be ready for a working capital loan. Make sure you have something that's easy to repeat, instead of, you could potentially make the problem a lot worse.
Right, and here's what I think about that too. Like, that's a good point that you brought up. If let's say you're a thrifter and you want to sell clothes, but you don't have that much experience yet, but you don't have the capital yet, and you're like, oh, let me get some PayPal working capital. That's a bad way to get a loan. What if you get a $5,000 loan and you don't find that many items that are profitable enough, and your fee for that $5,000 loan is like $300? That's not worth it. Don't get that loan. You should only do it if you have the experience and you know what you're going to be selling or what your profit margin will look like with that loan.
That's right. So, I mean, this depends. The access to the capital is instant. It's like a few minutes versus a few weeks with a bank loan. We have Hustlebee in the chat, and Duncan. Hustlebee had, I think, $5,500 working capital loan, and he paid it off in 2 months, pretty quick, just buying the exact same inventory he was buying that was already profitable. So if you understand where you're at, it makes sense. And he does a weekly accountability check-in with accounting. He posts it on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. He knows his numbers, he knows his margins, he knows that adding fuel to the fire is sometimes worth it, right? And for me, I think the best argument against working capital is the fee. It's very expensive money compared to a bank loan or different types of loans, but it is instant also, and it takes a percentage of your sales. It's an interesting way to get money. For the bridge, I think that's a huge thing.
For sure. They say like the average person that takes an investment sees like a 25% kind of like a increase in sales or increase in their business just from taking a loan, which I believe could definitely help me too.
For sure. And again, I definitely would not recommend doing it if you don't know what you're going to be buying with it. Right. It's totally not a great way to do it. A lot of people get into credit card trouble because they take a loan or they open a credit card and buy things they don't need. So that's not how you do it.
So I think Kenneth is asking about what my fees were for the 80K. For me, it was about $7,000. Now, it depends what the fees are. It all depends on your volume. So how much cash flow you're bringing in and out. Like I said, the algorithm determines it. So whatever number spits at you is what you're going to get, unfortunately.
And some people may say that's extremely expensive. And especially if you look at the APR of that fee over 2 weeks, right? Of course, it's astronomical. It's over 100% interest. But it's also not necessarily easy as an online entrepreneur to get that much capital at once. And you can get up to 25% of your annual revenue. So you can see how he was able to get approved for that much just because he was doing a high volume on eBay.
Yes.
Something also before we came on this live, we actually were reviewing all the eBay Shine Award winners. You guys should definitely do this. Go on there, look at how people, what eBay is recognizing as a great store. Look at different volume. Look at how people are scaling, because ultimately it's nice to own your own shop instead of just being a hustler, selling a few items here and there. If you want to create an actual e-commerce company, look at people who are actually running those types of businesses. I have met already 3 of the winners. So like when you get out there and network, you can meet people, find out how they do it. And the small business winner is in the Bay Area. I met her at the last eBay meeting, and she's doing millions of dollars in sales with 13 employees, which is amazing. And she's also a woman, which is a great, women's entrepreneurship is huge.
Yeah.
So Ken says that it was under 10% to borrow that money, which is definitely scary. Let's see. Mary is saying it's basically factoring a loan. Indeed. Let's see. The owner of your company lives in Shanghai and is interested in selling stuff on Amazon. I think that's a huge advantage. I think, as I learn more about private label and selling stuff in China, the quality control is important. You may order something one time, and then the next time you get a different quality, a lower quality item the second time you order something, which is a problem. But if you have a partner or friend in Asia that can double check the quality, you can save yourself a huge headache. That's a massive, massive thing. And that's also a reason that you may take a working capital loan to get a economy of scale discount, right? Maybe at 5,000 units, it's only slightly more than 2,000 units. That happens.
Yeah.
I've seen like 2,000 units for 6,000 and 3,000 units for 7,000 because they already have the mold and production capacity or whatever set up.
Right. I think you brought up a really good point about, like what we were talking about earlier. There's a lot of people, especially in this community, that are looking to make a quick buck, like go out and thrift one thing that's going to make them $50. I was talking to one of my clients on coaching earlier, and we're talking about how you can only do so much as a person yourself, but you can, gather a lot of inventory and start creating a huge store and think about it long term. Like the way I think about eBay, and a lot of people that don't, I think about it in a long term. What about, like, how is this going to serve me in 10 years from now? Am I going to just keep going out to pawn shops and buying electronics one by one by one? No, that's not going to work out. It's not sustainable. You might get lucky a few times here, maybe a couple $100 here and there. But, how long can you actually do that? Right? You're going to get tired of it, right? And you need to find a way to scale up. And you could do that on eBay.
Yeah, and I think, I've been starting to keep track of just certain metrics for all of my groups. And it's basically, how many items do you have active? How many do you sell? And how many do you list? And you can look at the metrics, and at a certain point, it's difficult to list more than you buy. It's difficult to list more than you sell if you don't have replenishable items. Your week will run out. You can only list so many items per week. Once your sales are that same volume, to grow, you have a couple of options. Either you can replenish your items, or you can hire staff. So you just look at it as, from a long-term point of view. I think it'll serve you best if you look at it a little bit further down the road.
Right. I think it's important to note also, my store is 90% replenishables. Everything that I have, I just keep reordering over and over again. I don't go out to source anything in person. I haven't done that in the longest time. So I guess for me, just adding more replenishables just requires more capital. But as of now, I kind of have an idea of how much capital I need to make money. And for me, taking a loan right now, I don't need it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great point. There's different schools of thought. There's a lot of people who never borrow a penny. It's just actually personal preference. It doesn't matter. All of it. You can be resourceful. You can find. There's definitely tons of different ways to do it. And I would say a lot of the people I know that do not take loans keep their full-time job, or they keep some sort of income, so they can keep rolling it into itself, and it grows fast also. So if you're looking for an infusion of cash in your full-time, there is no infusion of cash other than higher sales. That would be how you make more money.
I think 19th vintage.
Yep.
He's asking if he should take a loan. I think a lot of people have this old traditional mentality about loans, and should they should take it or not? Because I think taking a traditional loan from a bank is a lot scarier than taking it from PayPal, especially for me. Like if I were to take 80K from a bank, I'd be a lot more afraid to pay it back, the interest, all that stuff. But since I know my cash flow is coming in and they're taking a certain percentage of my sales, I don't have a problem with that because I know a certain amount of time to pay it off. Even if I don't do this huge consignment deal, I know I'll be able to pay it off. So
Yeah, and also it's nice that Prince has a good idea of inventory he could buy. Even if that deal fell through, he could have found a way to spend it on inventory that would make money. And not one time did he consider buying anything that wasn't going to generate revenue. Like he didn't, upgrade his photo studio. That would have been a poor use of the loan. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to do some Q&A now. I guess last question I have is, would you recommend it?
I would recommend it only to someone who has taken an educated approach to it, not just going in blindly, because I know majority of people, well, I'm not saying majority, a lot of people, because I've been watching a lot of diagrams and stuff a lot recently. So people that take loans buy like refrigerators on a loan. They buy like just most absurd things on a loan. It doesn't make any sense. But if you're doing it for your business and you have an idea of how much profit you can make, that loan is going to accelerate you like crazy, especially if capital is one of your blocks.
So actually, Prince paid off his loan. Wait, actually, you can answer that question. How long did it take you to pay back, to turn a profit on the money you borrowed?
I've paid it back in under 3 weeks. All of it. All of it.
And so Mary, he only took the loan because he already had a deal lined up. Otherwise, he wouldn't have taken it.
Right. Yeah. So first, I established a deal between this one company and between two companies. I established deals. Do you want this X products for this amount, this quantity? I didn't have that much capital, but I made the deal anyways. And then I got the capital and carried through with the deal.
This is a great question from Robert. If you can't make the sales, how do you pay back the loan? It's a good question. I mean, basically, it's a percentage of sales. So I'm sure if your sales dipped a little bit, there's not that big of a deal. But I'm sure if 30 days goes by and your volume is only 10% of what it normally is, that's unusual activity. That's unusual, like even for seasonality. You just pay back less during that period.
Yeah.
But you'll probably get a phone call saying, "Are you Are you taking money out of changing your PayPal address or something shady?"
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't have a dip like that. It should be predictable.
Yeah. And guys, like PayPal's the system is very conservative. They give you what they think they can get back very quickly, as fast as they can. That's why they gave me the loan in the first place. If they thought they couldn't get it back soon, they wouldn't have given it to me. It's a business at the end of the day. They're not trying to help me anyway. They just want to make that interest and I'll live with it. So based on my history, I think that was around 15 to 20% or 25% of my sales. So when the algorithm looks at that, they're like, okay, you can pay it back within a month or 2 or 3. That's it.
And they definitely look at your seasonality as well. So like if you sell swimsuits, you're gonna be less likely to get a working capital loan because you're gonna have a spike in seasonality, and they don't like that. They like more stable businesses. As would you if you're loaning somebody money, you would like to see a steady source of income. Ken is making the point that he would take a loan if he can make money off the loan. I would agree. I think it's used best for purchase of inventory. I think for most people.
For sure.
What would you say if somebody didn't have a shortage of, let's say they could afford their inventory and they were going to take the loan out to do something that's not related to making more money? Like for example, buying something for 10, you sell for 20, and borrowing paying $1,000 or $2,000 makes sense. Yeah. But let's say you wanted to list faster. Would you take a loan?
No. I don't even take a loan from my parents. Even though I probably can, I just never asked them for anything. I started this from literally zero. I took all the money from my internship that I worked at last summer, and I've been scaling it ever since. Yeah. Like I said, I don't even have a monthly nut. I don't pay for rent. I don't have a car payment. I have nothing. I live with my parents, so I'm able to use all my capital and just reinvest it all into the business. I literally just feed myself, and the rest goes into eBay or the rest of my business ventures.
And Prince and I talked about this too. Right now, the debt-free movement is it's growing. Living frugally, not having any debt. Stop buying things you don't need. Spending more time. But when you do spend money, spend it on experience or travel or building an online business or something. And it's not like either of us have stopped, even though one business is making a certain amount of money. We're exploring different types of things. And I think that it's important to realize if we were to lose eBay, we would find something else to do. We probably would only complain for 10 minutes, then we would move on to the next thing.
Right.
Right. And also, my parents and Prince's parents, they've been doing just like one thing their whole lives. They were not really used to multiple streams of income, is not in their vocabulary. And also, they would be more devastated if their career path was no longer viable.
Right.
Let's see. Level up.
Awesome.
So people are talking about cleaning up your store. Both of us were looking at our store before this call. We're constantly looking at our store, adjusting, looking at tweaks, because you may be literally priced $1 too high in some categories and not sell at all. And I find that very interesting.
Right. I just want to kind of mention while we're here, you were looking at my store like just 2 minutes ago, and I was telling you a story how I got this one supplier.
Yep.
So guys, one of my suppliers is one of my competitors, and he has no idea. I literally searched my product I wanted to sell on eBay, and then I messaged him from a different account, and I was like, hey, would you sell this to me in bulk, blah, blah. He said, sure. And now I'm outselling him on the platform, and he has no idea. So,
and that's amazing, guys, because obviously if you're buying in bulk, if you are better at selling, meaning better keywords, better pictures, better SEO, maybe you have an Instagram account, you're funneling traffic, you can sell the same thing as somebody for more money.
Yeah.
The identical product, if you just do a better job of it. That's eBay to eBay arbitrage.
Right.
Yeah, Jay Scott's saying it just occurred that we were in person. Yeah, I don't do very many lives with other people, but I think this is huge in the reselling community. I have met a lot of people in person. So it seems like, especially starting with the reseller rally a few months ago in Chicago, I just started meeting all these people in person, leveling up, sharing ideas. And it's just it's a blessing to be able to meet people in real life. People listen to their tribe who have little financial literacy. That's a good point. I was just mentioning to Prince that most of my friends are school teachers, so it's not like I don't have any online business friends or e-commerce hookups. Like most of it, I'm learning from online. Let's see. How about you? Is your network of friends all e-entrepreneurs?
No, so this is weird, right? None of my family is in business. I mean, literally none of them. They're all engineers. There's one business person, but he's in corporate. Everyone else is all in engineering or law or doctor or whatever. I was the only one who kind of took this different approach. I'm still in engineering. I'm about to get my civil engineering degree in a couple of months now. But I wanted to try business. I like it. I'm passionate about it. It's fun. I don't take this as work. I take it as like an enjoyment of life. And so that's why I'm able to excel at it and work harder. So
yeah, we definitely don't feel like we're at work. Always listing more, getting more items online, figuring out how to sell them better, adjusting. It feels like like we are dedicated to the continuous improvement forever.
Yeah.
Got to shout out Thrifty Boss Babe. Laura's in the chat. What's going on? Be happy to see you tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
So
go ahead.
So like this community, because like I was saying, like I don't know anyone that does business. None of my family does it. None of my friends. If I have any, like the friends that I have are engineers, right? I was never in a fraternity or anything like that, so I have no business connection with networking. Besides right now, obviously. Yeah, like this community actually really helps too. I've been more motivated to do better because there's people that need help or people are watching and things like that. You know what I mean? So this community definitely helps. Even being a watcher, I used to be a watcher before I was on your show. So definitely.
This is an interesting point with Laura. Laura Baker's asking, how close of a friendship can you have with another reseller without competing? I mean, like Prince knows my stores. I know his stores. I could jump on there and grab this, and I could sell GoPros too, right? And try to do it. We could be close, but we are in direct competition. I don't know how close you could be. I would say at a certain point it would get annoying once you guys priced identical. Just like, bro, we're gonna fix the price, which is illegal. You can't really fix pricing, but you would. How close? Pretty close. I mean, literally, he's sourcing from his competitor.
Yeah,
that's pretty close. Let's see.
Yeah, he also made a good point. Different niches.
Different niches is very important. I mean, you can definitely be. This is also a community of people who literally we're all competition with each other on the same platform.
Yeah, like you were making a good point earlier when we were talking. You said that people like it's funny how more people are compelled to talk about their business openly like this. Back in the days, nobody would. It would be all secretive.
Nobody would.
You wouldn't even hear it. Maybe you'd hear. Like my family doesn't even tell their family about their own business stuff that they do. Like, that's how secretive it is. And so now the fact that like everyone's talking about it openly online and stuff, it's pretty crazy how the world's kind of evolving into this kind of thing.
And we've both made more money since meeting each other. Our stores have gotten improved. We've gotten different ideas and tweaks from different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking about making resources to help people from start to finish, from taxes to sourcing to listing. We're both helping people on an individual level, even at this point, and it's tremendously rewarding and interesting to see how people have different skills. Some people are great at buying, and that's it. Some people are great at listing, but they're not buying the right products. Some people have amazing customer service, so I mean, it's a mix of everything.
Sure.
Ken, we are in a church right now. There's a big church that's actually multi-purposed, so it's set up as a coffee shop during the week. It kind of feels like a college campus, actually, to be honest. Let's see. But not everyone would act on it. That's true. Mary makes a good point that you could literally tell people your identity, your exact business, and people won't copy it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, we're not gonna, come on here and tell our sourcers, whatever, suppliers and stuff like that.
Right.
But I guarantee 98% won't even do anything about it.
Yep.
98%. So, whatever you listen to, whatever you watch here, as long as you execute on it, that's what you're gonna get gain from. You're not gonna get anything from just knowing this stuff.
Yeah. We talked. I mean, I wish I could do a live cooking show. That'd be awesome. We're both into healthy living, but
you have salmon at home.
Yeah, I have salmon at home. We can cook some salmon pasta, pesto pasta for you guys. Yeah, I was really hoping we could do a live mastermind with all 8 people. I think we have 5. We have 5 of the 8 people here. It's very cool, guys. You'll see us all tomorrow. We'll hop on and give you guys an idea of the live event. It should be really fun. But how's everybody's sales? Let us know in the chat what you're working on this weekend. Are you experiencing Q4 boosts? Trying anything new? Trying anything not new? What's going on in your store? Have you tried anything?
My store is going well. Right now I've been trying to work with learning, investing, and all kinds of things, but my store is still kind of consistent as it is. It's growing a little bit in Q4. I've been watching it. But other than that, I'm trying to add more replenishables, more electronics, diversify a little bit within the electronics field.
Yeah. Ken says he's competing against me for the hottest Asian man candy. That's going to be pretty challenging. That's
going to be pretty hard. I'm in person right now. He looks just like he does on camera.
That's right. It's much higher now that it's getting colder. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
If you sell, are people in the chat, are you guys selling seasonal stuff like coats, jackets, boots? Of course, those are going to sell better. Ooh, we just ate pizza. Pizza's amazing.
I want pizza.
And we should get some pizza.
Oh, we just had burritos and tacos.
Oh, that's true.
That was solid.
Burritos and tacos. We're also secretly sourcing together on Sunday at a place that has bomb tacos. So, very excited. You're supposed to go to the prayer room after the meetup to ask forgiveness. That's true. This is the prayer room.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are they seeing this?
So we haven't done anything wrong, though. We're actually sharing stuff, which may be against the code of thieves, but not for regular people. Let's see. I will tell you guys that I've had a pretty decent success since turning off Markdown Manager, so I don't run any more sales right now. Just price it competitively. A lot of my items have turned off Best Offer, which has been fine too. And I've consistently been listing more than I've been selling, which is really my only goal at this point. As long as I grow my store every day by at least 1 listing, I'm happy. I'm still growing, learning, and I love it. I love having. Also, Prince came over and he helped me set up my home gym in my garage, so we were able to get a workout in today, which is really cool. In a room full of inventory.
You should film a workout.
You should film a workout. Yeah. Let's see. Definitely. It's one of those things that. Hey, it's a good thing. So Hill is in the chat. She sells phones. This is Hillary. She's awesome. I actually talked to her last night. which is very cool. If you guys want to reach out to me and talk to me, let me know. If I have extra time, I'll definitely talk to you. And this is a very interesting thing. If you guys watch a channel called DIY Mike, Mike's cool. He talked about the fact that he makes a killing every time a new iPhone comes out because the old iPhone market floods and the prices tank. But then 1 or 2 months later, it recovers. You can get money for those. His goal is to make $100 per phone. So if you guys are in the business of trying to make a larger amount per item and selling less items, I mean, just as an example, Prince's goal is to sell 10 cameras a day, and my goal is to sell 100 clothing items a day. So, and the revenue is similar. Actually, mine's actually probably a little less. So, you can just pick your model, pick your poison. What's up, Debbie? It is late out there. So we talked about this. Wait, it's not late out there. It's 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30 over there.
Let's see. It's late. It's not even. I don't know where it would be late. It's not late where you live. Thank heavens it's the weekend. Nice. Oh, promoted listing. I'm running a 1%. Are you doing promoted listings?
1%. Very minimal. Guys, the thing about, like, this is my opinion on promoted listings. I think it's very quirky. I think the fact that you don't get any data on the promoted listings is kind of iffy. I've seen a lot of my listings that have a higher percentage still do worse than my regular listing. My regular listing will be above my promoted listing. So in turn, like, it's like, why do you even use promoted listing if it's going to be below it? Because some people scroll down, right, and they see your listing and they'll click on the one that's sponsored, but they would have just clicked on the regular one instead. So you're basically paying the fees for nothing. That's why, you know, if it does help, I do just keep it at the minimum because I don't see those higher percentages, especially because I have higher ticket items. Any percentage, any 1% higher is just a lot of money. So
I really wish it was called sponsored listings or because then it wouldn't be confused with promotions.
Yeah.
Promotions are totally different, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing two or three items in the bundle to get 20% off or free shipping or whatever, those promotions work. It sounds like promoted listings, which is too close for comfort. It's very confusing, so I wish they had changed the name. And also, it's a little bit wonky with the markdowns because some people have sales event plus markdown. Some people have the old markdown manager. So just be patient. I should probably do some type of sales, 5-10% at the minimum, to give a little bit of a Cassini boost. I can't imagine that a sale doesn't improve your ranking. But on the other side, the flip side is that it takes time to run sales. And if you're artificially marking up your items and you forget to, you may not sell your item. Let's see. Your promoted listings have not increased your sales. You've had them for 2 weeks. I've definitely seen sales from them, but I don't know if it's necessarily worth it because I feel like those items would have sold anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, they show you how many promoted have sold it, but would have sold it anyways?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Wait, I didn't know they were shutting down promoted listings. I'll ask them tomorrow. They're coming to the event tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would shut it down.
I don't think they're shutting it down. I think there's just an error or something on their part.
It's no longer in Seller Hub? What? Oh, there is a glitch in reporting, even for eBay Partner Network, which is what we're talking about tomorrow. There's a lot of glitching in reporting, which is a little scary, right? That'd be like there can't be glitches in your checking account. You know what I mean? That's no good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I mean, I did. Rockstar Flipper did a video today saying that there's a lot of glitches. I'm not even using it right now, Markdown Manager. But promoted listings, I'm at 1%. I don't know if that's going to affect it. I'm not going to turn it off though. I'm going to play in the game, just small stakes. Just got back from listening to me. Oh, you're getting on the plush game. Plush game is cool. I like how light it is. So much plush ships first class. It's a little fuzz. It's I don't know how to store plush. I just crammed a 36-inch bunny into a medium flat rate box, and it looks like a football. Okay, so like it's completely bulged out. However, the seams close on their own. I don't need reinforcement tape, and flat refers to the cost, not the shape. So like I'm gonna have zero issue at the post office dropping that off. I didn't modify the box. It's bulging, looks like a football, but all the seams are intact and I don't need additional tape. So guys, don't lose money on shipping by shipping regular priority if it's in the flat rate. Tomorrow's event is indeed in Pleasanton. If you don't have tickets yet, just email me at 10kmthebay@gmail.com. We'll both be there. Share some finger foods with you tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think they would shut it down. That doesn't make sense. They've already spent so much time launching it.
And they get so much money from it. So.
Yeah, why would they shut down a revenue stream?
No way.
The Cassini does not work for every niche. Yeah. Also, Prince and I were talking about how you shouldn't base your business day to day, because what if they're making a change and your listings don't show up? Like, you shouldn't panic and completely adjust things. Look at it monthly or weekly, because we'll have, I think, didn't you have 7 sales in like an hour?
Yeah.
So
this is what happened to me literally yesterday. So I flew in, I was on an airplane mode on my phone. So, it was a 6-hour flight for me from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I was expecting when I land and I turn on my phone, the service, bombarded with a bunch of emails, sale, none, 0. So I was like, what the heck? And I waited, I refreshed it over and over again, nothing. A couple of hours go by, and then I just got like 10 sales in a row within a couple, like 30, 40 minutes. And I was like, what? So, you can't kind of predict. I mean, you don't really know what eBay is doing with your listing as far as like your SEO on it, but you can do what you can do, You could optimize as much as you can with what you know. And beyond that, it's kind of what eBay does.
Yeah, I wouldn't panic. I would look at it because my sales. Okay, it's like I believe in chaos theory. So if you flip a coin 100 times, it's not going to be heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails for 50 times in a row. It's going to be. It might be heads 10 times in a row and tails 20 times in a row, but it'll all even out after 100. So just don't panic. It's going to be up and down. That's the nature of sales. And there are people that blank with 2,000 listings and the following day have 40 sales. So you just don't panic.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up again because I'm really trying to push the mentality of monthly revenue or yearly revenue thing, because if you look at major companies, let's talk about like Walmart. They're not looking at their weekly sales. They're not even looking at their monthly sales. They're looking at their quarterly sales and their yearly sales. That's what they base their business on. They don't base it on their daily sales. You know what I mean? So you have to look at it in that long-term kind of mentality, for sure.
Give it a chance to work to you. Give it a chance to marinate.
Yeah.
Like if I list 100 items in a day, I don't immediately start selling a ton of stuff. It takes a little bit for it to go through there and what is that called? Index.
Yeah.
In the website as well.
Yeah. It kind of just registers through the system and gets placed in the best match or whatever.
You don't have enough data to get. Yeah. If you don't know, you should make database decisions, and most people panic before they have any data. It's the wrong way. And plus it puts you in a reactionary mode, which is bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don't sweat the small stuff. True. And it's all small stuff is the end of that quote. Let's see. Is anyone having a problem when selling an item?
Oh, so you're talking about like zero quantity? So like good till canceled?
Maybe.
I guess what you're talking about, Lush. You can turn that off. If you have good till canceled, that's a way for you to keep your listing active, so that when you get another item, you can just list the quantity higher. And
you don't lose the watchers.
You don't lose the watchers. You don't lose like the whole. You already made the listing, etc.
Yeah, if you use the good till canceled feature, it's more for wholesalers or people who are hiding their listings. Like if you end that listing, then it goes off of eBay. So there's a good way you can hide your traffic if you want by doing that. Let's see. Relaxing is a choice. Panic is a choice. I actually didn't think about that. Panicking is a choice.
Yeah. A
lady in my mastermind call this morning was saying, I asked her, she said, I asked, what do you want to work on this week? And the answer is always, I want to list more. And I said, that doesn't count. Like, you need to give me 3 reasons, 3 ways to increase your listing. And she gave me 2 reasons why she couldn't list more this week. And that's not the thing. If you just think about the things you can do to adjust it. You can't fix promoted listings. You can't fix markdown manager. But you can go in there and adjust stuff properly. Let's see. Wow, lots of questions. Thanks, guys. It's a learned skill. Everything is a learned skill. E-commerce is very unnatural, guys.
Very unnatural.
Regular commerce is natural.
Yeah. I was just telling Chris earlier about how we should kind of take a step back whenever we're trying to help people and like put ourselves in a situation of being a new seller, because we're so used to this platform and how it works and how it sells and what to do. Like we kind of know it's kind of second nature to us. It's kind of like learning how to walk. You don't learn how to walk or watch how you walk every time you walk. You just walk. It's kind of like the same thing for us on eBay, and so we're kind of trying to like look back and see what it's like for someone seeing all these new features and new things coming up in front of them, and how to react to it. So,
and we also want to say that last night we were walking around the mall, and how much business is still done in person. So we think e-commerce is just barely starting. There's so many people who prefer to buy things in person. Yeah, there's certain things like a restaurant that are not going to move to completely online.
I actually hate it when people say like this is too saturated or that's too saturated. It's not too saturated. Apparently there was like a study done recently where there's only 18% of people shopping online. 18% of people, 7 billion people in the world, 18% of people shop online. Imagine the potential there. It's insane. So if anyone is getting into e-commerce, just keep pushing for it, and you'll see success.
Yeah, Amazon is not dead; it's just starting. So like everyone will get in there, and RA might, like a certain brand might close up. Like Nike might say you can't sell us, but there's still literally millions of brands to get onto. So millions and millions.
There's more being developed as we speak, right? You know, there's more being created at the same time. More revenue means more products, means more opportunities. You know.
We were also talking about the fact that, like, for example, e-commerce is just barely starting in India in comparison to here, and there's 3 times as many people as here. So, I mean, it's really, really, really scary how big the e-commerce world is.
Right.
So I haven't confirmed from Rockstar Flipper. I could call him and see if they're really taking down promoted listings. I don't know. I can't confirm nor deny that. I'll ask tomorrow. I think that it wouldn't make sense for them to remove it. It doesn't, because people want premium placement.
Yeah.
There's no website right now that has a lot of traffic that doesn't have paid advertising. I mean, you can see the banners that are on top and the bottom of eBay. They're running ads all day, the whole day. They can't discontinue those even if there's issues with advertisers trying to get traffic. E-commerce is still a baby. That's a great point. That's Robert, 19th vintage. Okay. He has a channel. You guys should check it out. It's considered still a baby too.
Yeah. I think Duncan asked a really good question too. If people read descriptions on listings. So here's my take on that. Because I sell a lot of new items, a lot of replenishable new items. I don't know, like, I put the description down earlier this year, but I wouldn't anymore. I feel like anyone who goes on eBay to buy something, especially new, already knows what they're buying. Nobody's going on eBay.com and they're like, all right, let's see what I can find today on eBay. They know what they're going to buy. So for you to put the description down for a new product and wasting all that time, especially if you're doing a lot of listing, it's pointless. You know, it all depends though. If you're selling like a vintage item, something collectible, it's important to write down all this specific information about it. Even a used item, if you just write down the quality of it, the condition of it, etc., that's important. Also, what's included in the sale, that you can write down. But other than that, writing like, oh, this thing is gonna do this for you, or like whatever, they know that already. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would say 20% of the eBay sellers that I look at, their description says, "Look at the photos."
Right.
They don't even bother with it.
Right. Like, what's that biggest clothing brand on eBay?
VHFO?
VHFO, right? Is that something? I don't think they have descriptions on any of them.
They don't even have measurements.
No description, nothing.
They're just like, it's just the stuff that's scanned on the tag, because they've moved the newer tags. Right? And with newer tags, you can pre-populate some of the things. And guys, it's the bare minimum that they're trying to do.
Right.
I've seen people write "this doesn't matter" in the description just to troll eBay. I don't recommend doing that, but I think it matters less than people think.
I think the item specifics matter, not the item description.
Yes, item specifics do matter. And we've even looked at listings where, let's say you put men's, or you run out of room, so you delete, let's say, men's from the title, the gender, right? And then in the items description, on certain items, you can select men's. And when people search men's, boots, they're still going to find that boot because it's in the item specific. So it's important, but it doesn't crawl and pull from the item description. Size does matter. Always, Thomas. Size always matters. Just title and photo is all you. Yeah, for the most part, title and photo are the majority of it, and a good deal.
Yeah, especially if you're playing a numbers game. If you're going to be 10K on the bay and you're trying to list a lot of things, you can't spend 20 minutes doing one listing. You're not going to get there.
Also, you guys know I had the Straight 8 on my channel, who's like one of my most popular videos, and he does around 100, or allegedly 50 to 100,000 a month, and he writes paragraph after paragraph after paragraph because every single item he has is rare, old, and as 19th Vintage pointed out in the chat, he's describing every single flaw of the item. Like, okay, this is a vintage chest. On the back of the left corner, there's a discoloration. You're going to read that because it's on an auction for hundreds of dollars. You want to know every single defect, and you want to describe it to them like they're in person. Right. But a brand new IKEA dresser, it's going to say white, brand new, thanks. Yeah, the Straight 8, that guy was crazy. He was dropping ridiculous bombs. If you guys haven't checked out that video, and I told him, I was like, hey, do you want me to hide this video? Because it's like some bomb information. He just said 98% of people are not going to do anything with that. So, let's see. You notice lately that eBay hides the listing descriptions. Oh, I didn't know it hides it on desktop.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started noticing that too, where if you go on a listing, you can't even see the description unless you click see full more or whatever it is.
Right.
That's strange to me.
That is strange.
So that kind of just says something right there, that they don't want a bunch of fluff in your listing. They just want the item.
They're not even going to show it. That's incredible. I was telling Prince earlier today on Instagram, they've even started hiding the top comments. They click into it to read the comments because probably maybe people, when they measure people's eyes, they never look at it, so they've just deleted it.
Yeah. I think Cole City said something about how people don't even scroll past the third picture because you see the 1, 2, 3, right?
Wow.
And they'll scroll past. I hate answering like generic questions with specific answers because at the end of the day, it all depends. If you're selling like a vintage or a used item, then people want to look through all the pictures. If you're selling a new one, yeah, they might only look at the first 3 and then they're not going to even look at the rest. So it always depends. You just have to learn that,
Absolutely. I think like I looked at some people do more than they just fill up the pictures for SEO reasons. I can see people doing that as well. So if you have extra space and extra time, maximize it. Add more angles because it can't hurt. If you're as an example, I sold a ton of those graphic novels, and I actually priced them higher than the market, but I had actual photos. I didn't have very many of them. Listing them was fast. You scan. I'm sorry. You type in the ISBN. Sell similar. I was just adding 1 or 2 pictures. Charge more. Let's see. If you put fabric content, they ask you what it's made. I mean, customers are going to ask you if you have it, even if you're holding it in the picture.
Yeah.
So people are going to ask what they ask. Don't get mad. I actually changed my mentality. When somebody lowballs me, I am grateful that there's interest. Instead of being like, really, bro, I'm just like, thank you for your interest in my item. I appreciate your 30-cent offer, but I need to get at least $99 for this.
Right. Yeah, guys, customer service is a big deal, man. Even on eBay, obviously people see customer service like in person, but it matters online too. Like a lot of people would love to see that connection between the seller and the buyer, where they respond quickly and they feel a lot more comfortable buying from you if you're responding to them fast. So I always tend to do a lot with customer service, especially because all my tickets are like high item tickets. All my items are high ticket items. So it really matters when I respond to them and actually give them the sense of comfort that they're buying from me.
Yep.
And also having that mentality of you are selling something to someone. So even when someone comes at you with a ridiculous question or someone's coming at you just to troll you, just be the bigger, better person because you're here to, make money. You're not here to mess around or whatever. So definitely have that mentality.
I got a negative feedback when Prince he arrived. I got a negative feedback, and the person said, seller did not accurately describe laces, right, on a pair of shoes. I did not even look at the laces. I didn't realize they were frayed. So the customer was mad. I left a negative feedback. I already knew as soon as I received the feedback that it would go away. All I did was message the buyer and say, sorry about the frayed laces. I didn't notice that when I was listing. I'm sorry. Can I buy you new laces or I'll accept a return? He didn't ask me for new laces, and he revised the feedback. But I responded an hour after he left the negative feedback. So it didn't take him long to revise it. I sent him, or he responded back, yeah, I'd be happy to revise it. Mistakes happen to everyone. And then he didn't even ask me to replace the laces. So, which I thought he would do. Because people just want to have good communication is my point. Let's see. There is a misconception that you must sell things cheap. That's true. I think accurate's more important.
Yeah, definitely accurate.
Accurate.
Like I was just showing Chris about one of my listings, how I'm selling the same item as one of my competitors, but I have one word that's different than him, and I'm outselling him. Just because that one word. He's not listing it correctly. He's not putting the right keyword in there, and so more accuracy is definitely better.
He put "BAM" in the title in all caps. It's working. No, I mean, because Cole said he had mentioned putting "fast ship" in the title. Now, it's definitely a waste of 9 letters, for sure. But if there's only 4 of them or something, maybe you could do that.
Yep.
Let's see. How many followers are on your store? That's a good question.
I don't know. Probably not that many. I don't have it public. I haven't been publicly showing my store. So, not sure. I can check right now, actually, while we're here.
People just want to be heard. Exactly. People love great communication. If you respond right away, I noticed that when I respond to offers right away, I have a better chance of conversion. So, somebody offers me, and people do work from, believe it or not, there are still 40% of people who do not use the eBay mobile app, because I think they said 60% of transactions happen on mobile. And I heard that is 40% of people don't use their phone. I can't imagine not using eBay to buy stuff on their phone. If you have space, you put "fast ship" in the bar. I would put 5 fire emojis.
Guys, you could put like "fast ship" or like U.S. seller or A-grade item or whatever under that in your item. What's that thing called?
A condition description.
Condition description. Or no, it's something else.
It's condition description right below.
You pay extra for it.
Oh, subtitle.
Subtitles. There you go. Subtitles. You can put that in subtitles if you want. Especially if it's replenishable, that helps. It makes your listing look really professional.
Let's see. You buy on your laptop always. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and always treat your customers like imagine you being a customer when you go buy something. If you have a question, you want to answer it immediately. You don't want to answer 10 hours from now because by that point, you're just going to buy from someone else.
Yeah.
No one's going to wait that long. Everyone wants convenience and they want reliability. That's all they want. Even more than the price nowadays. So which is crazy.
Yeah. I remember I went to Best Buy. I asked the person if they could help me find a new camera battery. They said, we don't sell camera batteries for Panasonic. I said, I'm positive that you do. Bought my camera here. It was available as a bundle when I came here. And I was thinking about it. And then the guy told me that it's not a bundle. It's just the camera and the battery. As one transaction, you save $5. And anyway, he didn't want to answer me, didn't take the time to do it. And that's when you get a negative feedback. That would be, if I had time and I was a negative person, I would have went online and shouted at the top of the ceiling, or top of the rooftops that Best Buy sucks. So definitely answer. You like bullet list description, short and sweet.
I like them as well. Bullet list. Great. Whenever I'm trying to kind of write down what this package includes, bullet list. It looks so nice, concise, clean, clear.
Yeah.
So yeah,
bullet points would work great for dating too, like good credit, responsible,
bio
nice.
data.
Exactly.
Make 7 figures.
Make 7
eBay
figures.
Shrine Award.
Exactly. Let's see here. You reply within 10 minutes. Amazing.
J. Scott, what's not real?
Let's see. Wimpy, Whistler, what's up? VR146. Oh.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like 146 followers. Do you know how many people are followers?
2,500.
Okay, because you're the public though.
Yeah, no, 2,500. Let's see. Bullet listing is great. I think that you could put brand, model, condition, description. So as an example, Sony, whatever model, excellent. Maybe not excellent. I would say no scratches, no dings. Paint is discolored. All the buttons work. Tested. Ships in a box for safety. You can put that kind of stuff in there as bullet points if you want to, or you could just put gently used. Good luck.
This is my own listing. You have to click on it to see it.
Okay. Yeah. Depends on the price point. Oh, that's a great point. If you're selling the Mona Lisa, you probably should just put painting. You should probably be a little more descriptive and go into it a little bit more. Depends on the price, yeah. What can you say like about a used Banana Republic dress button down? There's only so much you could say. You could say features, button down pocket in the front. You could put made of cotton, wicks moisture from your body. But there's only so much sizzle for that steak.
Yeah, guys. I've noticed some people doing that too. They're putting reasons, like negative things in their descriptions, like will not accept returns. This is accurate for sure.
Don't buy if you're a scammer.
Don't buy if you're a scammer. Like, why would you? Don't put those kind of things in your thing because you're just attracting negative stuff to your listing, anyways.
If I was a scammer, I would definitely buy from you if you wrote that. Let's see. Well, I've just brought you Larringtons. What's that?
I'm not sure.
I can't stand sellers who have a paragraph of reasons. I know. No people with purple hair. I don't know. If you put all those things in your description, it gives you such a negative thing. Speaking of which, eBay treats us like that when they say fees may be triggered if you try to get people's contact information. Every single time you write a message to somebody, it treats you like a criminal. But I don't know why it does that, but I get it. I think eBay's losing a lot of business off the site, so that's why they're doing that. But that would be like the equivalent of when people buy something at Nordstrom's, if they were like, please do not return things because it makes our prices go up. I mean, that's not a positive note to tell people.
For sure.
Let's see. Yeah, don't steal my identity. I was looking at this. The Equifax guy, the CEO was like, I'm so confident in our credit security system that I put my social security number on a billboard. And his identity was stolen 13 times. Wow. Successfully.
Wow, you guys know the Equifax credit hack, the breach? Apparently mine is might have been breached.
Wow.
I'm one of the whatever million people.
100 million people, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean.
Wow.
And
they did apologize though. So
they apologized.
They apologized
guys,
for losing 100 million people's social security number and birthday.
Also,
insane.
While we're on the topic of attracting negativity, I also think asking for leaving feedback is not a good thing. I feel like that's how I attracted negative feedbacks too. Because yeah, I'm attracting all these positive feedbacks from people that have a positive experience, but anyone who has a negative experience, it kind of invites them to leave the negative response. So you got to be careful with that too. I know a lot of people use that. There's an app on eBay where it automatically asks people to leave feedback. I don't know. I'm iffy on that.
I have an opinion on that. I asked, my note says, if the transaction wasn't perfect, please let me know. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's going to get people that say, as an example, it wasn't perfect. You told me to let you know. So it wasn't perfect. It was okay. It was acceptable, but not perfect. That's okay because it can help me learn. I'm usually not going to get a negative feedback, though, if I word it like that. Because I'm saying, let me know if it's not perfect. It's still positive.
Yeah.
But if it's like, let me know if you have a negative experience, then you've flipped their mind. You've used the word negative.
Yeah. But you know the funny thing is, some people actually, like that's how they let me know. Like if I want, like tell me, let me know how the experience was. They'll be like, it was bad. But on the negative review, like they leave a negative.
Wow.
And then they'll be like, I'll change it for you. It's okay. And I'm like, you can't anymore because I've already exceeded all my revisions for the year.
Yeah.
So some of mine are like that, unfortunately.
I just had a positive feedback that said much worse than expected. So I mean, like,
Much worse.
you don't know what people are going to do. I've put, you get what you pay for. Like,
Right.
obviously they were not happy, but they got it as a good deal. So I mean, customers are going to leave stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Life Hack. That was the Life Hack CEO. Yeah, that's a good point. So it was the Life Lock CEO is the one that said that his service is really so good that he was confident in putting his social security number in the banner. I just thought it was really funny because you don't want to, don't challenge people to mess with you. I've seen no returns under any circumstances in someone's description on eBay.
Yeah.
And then eBay accepts returns for pretty much any reason.
Yep.
You handwrite a little message. That's very nice of you. I'm not that kind. But I have seen, I should at least draw a smiley face with a Sharpie on the label.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing.
I should.
You get it because you get an extra 50 cents as a waitress if you smiley face and sign the, not sign, but smiley face, thanks for coming in. I would tip an extra $1 for that.
Yeah.
It's notable.
Sure.
You don't get returns. Oh, there's a person in my mastermind group that's had 1 return in 4,000 transactions. So that's very impressive, incredible.
I've gotten like 23 in 3,000 something, which is still not awful, but 23, substantial.
You don't get returns or negatives. Very good. Under promise, over deliver. That's a great point.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. So for me, like I sell a lot of accessory bundles. So people expect a certain amount of accessories. But sometimes if I have extra and it's a padded flat rate, I'll throw them in.
Yeah.
That helps all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't really cost me that much, and it helps out for them.
A lot of people personalize a note. Mary, you should put it on Instagram. I don't know what your note looks like.
Yeah, we gotta see your note, Mary. We gotta know your tactics.
You hunt that person down. Let's see. You put a business card, thank you note. That's great. Also, I want to tell you guys something. This morning, I have mastermind calls in the morning at 6 a.m. And Prince showed me something last night, which was when he wakes up, he starts to smile, as cheesy as it is. I tried that this morning. I tried smiling really cheesy when I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I didn't need coffee.
Proof.
It's
so every
proof.
morning for the past like month now, I've been just waking up and just smiling. That's creepy. If someone saw me like that, they'd be like, "What the hell?" But I wake up alone in my room, so it's fine. So I just wake up and I just smile, like really big grin cheese, and I look in the mirror a little bit, and then like I'm in a crummy mood, like physically, but that smile, it just kind of changes everything. You start to like react to it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy.
You start fixing your mood.
Yeah.
And I think that smile, and also his like the straight A, the interview, he mentioned multiple times in the interview, the way that he's able to get these great deals is to just smile.
Yeah, there's a pattern here, guys. Definitely.
It's the opposite. If you were to wake up in a bad mood and you keep that bad mood face, it's not going to be good.
Right.
Let's see. Just be nice. That's a great overall thing.
Nice.
Like if it was a billboard that you're going to post everywhere, like Tim Ferriss, be nice would be nice.
I am the greatest.
Yeah. I mean, affirmations work too. Like, no affiliate link, but 5-minute journal. I've been using it for a while, and there's affirmations in there that I put in there that I'm grateful for. Prince teaching me sumo deadlifts today. It's amazing. It made today great.
I actually like that 5-minute journal idea. Like I never heard about the 5-minute journal, but I've been kind of doing that concept over the past few years. Like every couple of months, I just kind of think about it again. I'm like, let me just write down what I'm grateful about and what I hope to achieve today or whatever. And it helps a lot. It makes your mind very clear and concise with what you want to do today. So.
That's true. Be good, do good, feel good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Don't send a $500 box or $500 item in a tricks box.
Yeah.
Unless it's for kids.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, I mean, I've received shoes in a cereal box before. And I bought a lot of them on eBay. And people, I mean, as long, I don't mind, like I get it. You're trying to save every penny. Good for you, but just make sure they don't get damaged.
Yeah. Guys, I buy like some of my inventory on eBay too. One of my hustle tactics are buying the inventory that I sell on eBay cheaper, and I just buy them out so that mine sell better. So I make a little profit on the ones that I buy from eBay because it's a little bit higher or whatever, but I still get to take those inventory off of eBay so that mine sell better. And also, out of like, I don't know how many I bought. I bought thousands of things already on eBay this year. I got maybe one cereal box item, and it was wrapped in like a baby's clothing.
Wow.
I was like, okay, this is it. I mean, there aren't that many old school people, I guess, but I guess there's still a few doing that kind of stuff.
I've also purchased items that should have shipped first class that came priority.
Okay.
And I wonder if the person knows what they're doing because they lost money.
Yeah, they don't. I think I was like that too when I started. I didn't know anything about shipping at all. I'll just kind of, whatever works, I'll just make it work. Go ahead.
We put ourselves our Prince was saying we need to put ourselves in the shoes of people that are asking us questions, because sometimes we forget that we did stuff like that when we first started too.
Right.
I think shipping is maybe the most complicated part, because when you're printing a label, there are literally 20 options.
Right.
Let's see. Is Facebook adding a PayPal? I thought you could just pay on Facebook with your debit card or bank account.
Yeah, I thought all the apps have that, like Snapcash, everything. Snapchat has that, so I don't know. Profit.
I love Tricks.
Tricks is good.
And Lucky Charms.
Both are good.
I'm an equal opportunity cereal eater.
Solid. And yeah, I don't take the charms out of the Lucky Charms. I eat them both together.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
the marshmallows.
Some people separate. Who separates them?
A lot of people do. They just pick out the marshmallows. Do you guys separate the marshmallows from the whatever the other thing is? I'm sure you guys do.
The cardboard. You separate the marshmallows from the cardboard. Let's see. I do not. I eat them together.
It's funny. We're in the hospital.
No, we're in a church right now. Let's see. They're adding it so you can pay friends on Facebook. No, I know you can pay friends on Facebook. I'm just saying I thought it was just your bank account, like Venmo. Let's see. Well, there's a lot of comments about cereal. We should have a cereal live chat.
Frankenberries and Count I can't say it.
Count Chocula.
Chocula, okay.
Frankenberries and Count Chocula. Did you guys mix cereal when you were kids? I always mixed cereal.
I never mixed cereal.
Oh man.
No. That's iffy.
We know there's a prayer room. We're in a church right now.
We're about to go pray for these profits. Quarter four.
Let's see. Yeah, we're praying for Q4 profits.
See, J-Style buys the marshmallow separately. People do that. A lot of people do that, actually.
I did not realize.
People even remove the filling from an Oreo. They just eat the filling.
That's
all the time.
Crazy. You know what I want? I want a Starburst bar, because I don't want to individually unwrap every single Starburst.
Yeah.
Right? Plus, it's a lot of waste.
Yeah.
They could just make one rainbow bar.
Yeah.
I would eat it.
I feel like that takes away from the Starburst, though. I feel like if you had too much of it, accessible too quick, it's kind of like, it's all right.
That's true. Maybe it would take from the experience.
Same thing with like peanuts. If you could have so many at once, it's kind of, you get exhausted of it, you know? If you have to open it, it's kind of like a process, you know?
That's true. That's true. Like chicken wings are really good, but if they had taken all the meat off of it, probably wouldn't taste like that.
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles. Cereals are unhealthy. That's true. You can actually make the filling. Oh, I didn't know you can make the filling. This is for Oreos, probably.
Yeah, I've been back to fun for a while now, so.
Yep.
Oreos are not in it.
So is ramen. A Starburst bar would be sick, I'm telling you.
It's a good idea. Maybe a small one. I like a Snicker size.
Not Snicker size, no. Let's see. We should have a cereal buffet at the event.
Let's go.
I wonder if anyone's ever done that at their wedding. For sure, probably.
You probably have.
Yeah.
Cereals?
Starburst bar. Exactly. But somebody private label it.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're at a church that's also a coffee shop during the weekdays. Multi-purpose.
Anyways. Gel's pointing here right now. Do you use gel?
No, okay.
No gel. Nothing. I don't use gel. My hair keeps flipping over here. I don't use any kind of product.
No gel. All natural. Saving the money for more profits. Hi from the UK. What's up, June? I want to do a UK chat. We talked about this too. Like internationally, on YouTube, only 4 countries watch me. It's probably the 4 countries that have eBay.
Yeah.
So including UK is one of them.
Yeah, that's crazy, guys. Look how many countries there are in the world, and only 4 people watch Chris, meaning 4 countries that have access to eBay, right?
Yeah.
Not even 1 person in other countries. 0, right?
Not even 1 person.
Zero.
That's amazing. Like I have 0 watchers in China or India or places where there's no eBay.
Right.
That's incredible.
So imagine if eBay starts adopting these countries for selling.
So Marla says Starburst minis are unwrapped.
I've seen that in little packages. Yeah.
Is it the same size though? Because I want the shape of the Starburst. Just
It tastes the same. No, I think the
see.
shape does change the taste a little bit or something.
Well, I actually think beer tastes the best off of glass.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're having a beer.
That's true.
Live listing. We're doing, starting in November, I'm going to set up the live listing party. I'm not sure if it's going to be 24/7 or just like 9 to 5. But we're doing it.
Right.
You will dominate eBay Philippines. Do they have it? Do they have eBay Philippines? Oh, they do. eBay.ph, but I don't have any Philippine viewers. Maybe they don't have YouTube.
Okay, so maybe that's 5.
Oh, actually, it's also Google. Google owns YouTube, so maybe they're not in those countries.
You're right.
That's got to be it.
You're right.
That's got to be it.
No, guys. So this probably is eBay in other places, but
Yeah,
Chris's videos don't go there. So
they don't go there.
because a lot of videos are restricted in different countries.
That's right.
Like I have a video right now that's restricted in America.
Wow, that's incredible. You can tell. You can live on 2. You can live on 2 bananas a day. I did not know that. I don't know.
I'm sure you can. I guess. I mean, it sounds very unhealthy.
You can
but
live on beer and water. I've seen that.
Really?
Beer and water diet.
Okay.
You, not very healthily. We don't play doctors on the internet.
No.
Colin, what's going on?
Block Chris.
Colin is in the UK. He's helping me learn.
Yeah.
E-commerce.
Oh, wow.
It's nice
Awesome.
to have older people
Right.
helping you. Let's see. India has eBay. Yeah, I screwed up with that. India probably doesn't have Google.
Yeah.
Does it?
I don't know. They probably have Google, but it's probably
I don't
different. I think they separate it between like the US ones and like the other ones. So,
Yep. Colin, come back. I miss you at the Sunday markets. Let's see. You think same shape but smaller squares? See, I think it would. It's like for me, gummy worms. It's already unwrapped. It's perfect.
Right.
But like a gummy worm bar would be horrible. I don't think that would be crazy.
No, they have those. You know those big gummy bears, like the huge life-size
Right,
ones.
right.
Nobody eats those. They're for show.
Okay, that's true.
And so it's just one of those things.
Potatoes. You guys know sometimes when you type in somebody's username because you want to creep their store, eBay Philippines pops up. That happened earlier when we were searching for a store. I wonder
So
why
I guess
that
they're
happened.
based in the Philippines.
Yeah, they're based in the Philippines.
That's why.
eBay.ph, but I'm wondering they're not necessarily based in the Philippines. I don't know why that happens.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you'll be back soon? Awesome. We can have more tacos. We're checking out the tacos on Sunday.
Awesome.
Can't
So
wait.
good
Tacos
here.
are so good here. Let's see.
We don't have enough tacos on the East Coast. Somebody do something. Maybe we'll go on a business,
That's
a
true.
joint venture or something with someone.
In and out taco style. Let's see. X went on some crazy grapefruit diet. In fact, I don't know. I really, really enjoy grapefruits, but I could eat only a fruit-based diet. Isn't that what killed Steve Jobs? Oh, all carrots.
Really?
I think he was a carrotarian.
Oh, wow. What the hell?
Yeah, he did it. His skin was starting to turn orange. Don't eat only
way.
carrots.
Holy crap.
Don't fact check me. Let's see, Taco Chuck. Did the Apple shoes ever sell? No, they're still sitting in my closet.
Apple shoes.
So that's where they were when Mary Feelgood Finds messaged me. That's where they still are.
Put in your offers.
But yeah, put it in the offers. Let's see. Yo, you eat plain potatoes 3 days a week. I've heard of that. Nobody said I should have eaten more kale.
Yeah. I mean, 2020 is hindsight, right? You're gonna have something to be like, I wish I did this more of, no matter what. Whether you're a millionaire, billionaire, you weren't the healthiest person, you didn't have an athletic body, something's gonna be there. The goal is not to be perfect.
D. Nicole Resell, I think it's Daniela, right? Thanks for stopping by. We could do live radio shows. That would be fun. I think because eBay radio is the thing, but we want to make eBay radio a little bit more long form. Long form is more fun, right? You can talk to people for a while. The current version of eBay radio is only 10 minutes. And I was on eBay radio, and I didn't even, all I could say was like, I'm trying to build a large store. Okay, thanks for coming. There was like no opportunity to really talk. Oh, it was Jaime that sent you the article. Awesome. So if they sell, I owe you and Jaime dinner. Yeah, my alarm went off. So, Ken, this is interesting. You guys know how it seems like I'm super busy all day? Prince can attest that I'm really not that busy.
Guys,
really
I came here and he just sits on the couch all day. I don't know, like, I think he just puts on this kind of show where he's very organized and very, I'm just kidding. But he does take off his time. I think everyone needs their, like, escapism time type thing. And Chris definitely takes his time off, too. So, definitely very important.
And a lot of my stuff is scheduled earlier in the day. So, like, by 7:30 in the morning, I'm already done. By, 8:30 in the morning, I've already made $300. So, like, the rest of the day is really just gravy. I've already scheduled my day to, figure out different ways to make money. Let's see. I always do K-bye on the end of my videos. It's true. It is very rude.
Okay, bye. And then you just shut it off.
Yeah, that's not the way to do it.
You gotta get to that YouTuber spirit. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh yeah,
like, comment, subscribe.
Actually, I don't beg for likes either. But if you guys are in the chat, please like and subscribe. Thanks. But I should be courteous and do the whole spiel at the end, appreciating the people who are hanging out with us. Let's see. Being a Southerner, you were raised on them. On what? Oh, that's true. They may have cheap last-minute airplane tickets. I have room for one more, Ken. If you come by, you can stop. Stay here.
Yeah, or we can share one bed. I have a master bedroom, so.
That's true. You can share one bed. Talk at you. Oh, yeah, that's true. How do you end phone calls? You say late? Some people say late.
Late? No.
Some people say late. Some people say later. Some people say peace. No. Bye.
It depends on who I'm talking to. If it's like family, I'll be like, all right, love you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Love you,
or it's like, I'll just be like, all right, later. Yeah, I do say later. I say later.
Later is good.
Because it kind of opens up the conversation for another conversation. It's not like it's like I'll never talk to you again type thing.
That's true.
It's not like ending it. It's kind of like let's continue this later.
That's true.
Even though we probably might not.
This later. That's true. See you when you see you when I see you. Oh, I do that in person.
Yeah.
Not here.
Can it? I'll have to talk to you first.
Let's see. Adios pot roast. I like that. I've never used it though. Adios pot roast has never come up. Oh, that's how. See is good.
Oh, not like CYA, but see ya.
See ya.
Yeah. See ya.
That's like the wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah.
Colin, it's 1:30 a.m. in the UK. Damn, that is late.
Wow. Yeah.
Thanks for staying up so late. You should get some rest. He's playing pool in the UK with his brother, visiting family. And yeah, guys, you should really network and meet. Colin's another gentleman that I have met in person. Time to cook. You won't bite. I think in true reseller fashion, you share one bed, save money, right? So you can spend more at garage sales.
True.
Chai.
Chai's good. I like chai. Chai's good.
All right, guys, we're gonna get some work done, do some video stuff, and prepare for our class tomorrow. If you guys haven't signed up for the event to come hang out in Pleasanton tomorrow, you can do so on my Instagram. There's a link to the event, and we're also teaching a class on eBay Partner Network. You should film it so that you guys can see it later.
We will. Tomorrow's gonna be really, really cool with all the people that are showing up. So
we'll film it. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
See ya. Adios, pot roast. If you guys, on the way out, if you can hit the like and subscribe, I would truly appreciate that. And thanks for stopping by. See you guys tomorrow.
See ya.